Hello, this is Christine Albert. Once again, I greet you all, my sisters and brothers, in the name of our beloved Father, Lord Jesus Christ. I'm back once again. For those ones who have watched my previous video, please, this is the continuations of it. And for those ones who have not watched it, please go back and watch it, because this is whereby you will understand my journey of how I was connected earlier as a devil worshipper or as a member of a devil worshiping, and also a drug abuse. So yeah, go back and watch the video. And I'm going to start from where I have stopped earlier. So before that, I would like to appreciate each and everyone who took their own time to watch my video. I want to say thank you so much for your time to go through that. So don't get tired. Continue with me, so I'm sure you will learn something out of this. You may even experience maybe the same thing with me while I'm continuing with the story of my childhood journey. I remember I stopped in whereby I was with my auntie's house. The auntie from my mom's side that took me, yes, and then she traveled to Ordon. Then she has to bring me back. This is where I remember we stopped from there. So yeah, to continue from where I stopped is she brought me back to my grandmother once again. I don't know, this is how many houses I moved there. I don't know, you guys, I hope you guys have been counting with me the houses that I've moved so far. So yeah, I was back again to my grandmother's house with the same situation, the same living. I also started selling my things and all that. And then after that, also after a few months, I remember one of my uncle, now this is where now a man has shown up to also take me. So it was my uncle from my dad's side who now requested for me. He came and took me. I went and stayed that one now in Atlabara. Life was there good. This is where in that house I never got any kind of issue, because really I will not lie here. My uncle, he was really good with me and very nice. He put me in school. He could really treat me so nice, like I was really one of his daughter. So life was there and okay. I used to go to school and come back, and I was not even used to work, because he really also brought some lady to help me in. So yeah, I felt like now I'm home. Until when again the devil was like, say you cannot be happy in any way in your life. So his father came back from Khartoum, and then because he didn't had any place to go and stay, so he came in also to stay with us in the same house. So what happened, I think the father, his father has a nature of like whereby he don't believe by raising other person's child. Like he sees that this is kind of waste of time, waste of energy, or I don't know, because this is where I guess he had an issue, and this is where the misunderstanding that has happened between the father and the son now, because of us. I was not alone. We were there like 3, yeah, if I could remember. Yeah, I remember very well. We were 3, but the other girls, they were not there just as me who wanted help. For them, they were working with him, but also living in the same house with my uncle. Yeah, so when the father came in, I think he did not like the situation whereby the son was really taking care of us and also treating us nicely. So he gave him a condition and told him that since when you have learned to raise dogs in your house. That was the language he used. Then yeah, he gave the son a condition whereby that if you do not let these people go, now you have to choose either me or those dogs. He used to call us dogs. Yeah, then from there, I think the son didn't want to shame the father, or maybe disrespect him. He came to us and put us down, and then he really apologized that sorry, you guys had to go because my father is not really comfortable here with you guys around. Yeah, I was like, okay. When I was that was in 2009, going to 2009 up to 2011, when I was already in my P8, going to high school or going to secondary. Yeah, so I finished my P8 there, and then I had to go now home again. I was sent back to my grandmother now. So this is where she was like, now there's no way, there's no any options. You have to just stay now here with me, and then just do your usual work as you used to do. So yeah, I went back again to my grandmother's house. Started doing my normal usual thing that I used to do, selling my eggs and tamia. There's something called tamia in Arabic. I don't know how to say it in English, but in Arabic it's called tamia. It's kind of dal. I don't need to go much on that one here, but I think people know tamia. Yeah, so I used to sell those one also now to also help me now to pay my school. My grandfather had an agreement or a contract of his house to be on rent. So we had now to move from this house to go to Gudele, because he has now put the house, the one that in Haimaya, in what contract. So yeah, we moved to what Gudele. So before that, sorry, I jumped. There's one story I didn't say it. Then again, the same auntie of mine that chased us at night, she came back again for the second time. That what she really wanted to help me. So yeah, she went and paid my school in boarding. There was a school called Lighthouse that has a boarding on it. So yeah, she really went on, registered me there. Yeah, she went on. She paid my school fees on that boarding. It was called Lighthouse. I was accepted there, and then yeah, I moved with my things. I went with my bag, thinking that yeah, I'm going to have now life the boarding. Now what happened again also is like that's what I'm saying, like the devil doesn't want me to be happy in my life completely. So what happened in that boarding is now the head of that of that school, the CEO for it, or the another funder for it, now wanted me there. Imagine on that age of mine, he could really disturb me, because for those ones who have been in boarding, of course they know that there is this kind of bed deckers. So I was on top, the last three. So he could really and it was at the window. So he could really disturb me every night between 2, 3, 1 there, calls me every night that I should come out. Then I will tell him, come out for what? Then he will just be like, no, I want to talk to you. You just come out. Then I'll tell him that no, I'm not coming out this night. So for very long time he used to do that one every morning. I don't know, his wife used to sleep because his wife was Nigeria. So I don't know where he leaves the wives to come and attack me at night and disturb me every night. I really don't know. For full 1 month, because I was only in that boarding for 1 month. So for the full 1 month, this guy did not give me space. Now the thing now went more further, because in that boarding they used to cook some food that I don't eat it, like those small fish. They call it silver fish, those small ones. In Arabic they call it engage. So I really don't eat that fish completely. So this is the fish that they could mix sometimes for us with beans, and then there's a certain green, they call it korofo in Arabic. They also have to mix it in the same sauce. So for me, it was kind of, I've never eaten such food in my life, so it was not really going well with me. So what happened here now? The guy was so concerned of me, like what I've eaten, I've slept well, do I need anything? Do I need juice? Do I need what? So whenever he will come and see that and I did not eat food, he will immediately rush to the shop, buy me juice, buy me a cake, some biscuits, and then he brings. So this one now brought issue with the other girls who have been with me in boarding. So they started feeling bad, like why am I treated so nice than what them, and yet they have paid the same amount of a school fees. So things started spreading in school, and then they started even saying that did we pay in rings, in this one coins, and this girl paid in paper or what? That that if she said that she doesn't want to eat this thing, then the director immediately, or the administration director will immediately go and get her something nice. So yeah, so the thing went further up to school that I really have something with this guy because he's so nice to me. So I felt bad, and also because he used to disturb me every day night. He really wakes me every night. Like you are tired there, you've been there doing your homework, or you've been playing all sometimes, or you're really tired, you are there sleeping. So he'll come in the middle and wakes you up. So I was really frustrated with that. So I went on and report him to my grandfather, the one that I stay with him, which is the last born to my grandmother. So I went and informed him that something like this ABCD is happening at school. So he didn't like it. So immediately he came with me direct to the director, and then asking that is anything happen like that. Of course, definitely he denied. He told me that no, he can never even think of that. How possible? He can even think of something of that to me. Yet I'm just young here. He has a wife. He has kids even on my another age mate. So how could even completely he just denied it. So because I didn't really have the proof, so I just told my grandfather that I don't want to be in boarding, in that boarding. If they're going to accept me to come daily, I'm fine. I can even walk to come to school every morning. Is better than being in that boarding. And then plus when the wife now realized this issue that the husband really wants me. So she was also a teacher also there in the same school. She used to teach us mathematics. So now she did not come to confront me like yes, is there anything happening like this? Is my husband disturbing you? No. What she could do, she could really just cane me for no reason. If I did any just slight mistake in this one another mathematics, she just canes me. Sometimes even another answer I even write, she'll put there wrong just to cane me. I was not even getting my peace in that school because of her. So when I finished my P8, then I was like, no, I'm not going to be in that P7. I was like, I'm not going to be in that school anymore because she was not really giving me peace. And then after that, this is whereby I wanted to tell also the lesbian things, how it develops in people, or maybe how it starts, because this is what I first witnessed in that boarding, particular with the girls that we have been in. How the lesbian things gets into our mind and into our spiritual life, that you just feel like you want to be with a lady like you. So this one also I'm gonna talk about it because it also has been part of my experience on that one. So I'll say much about it because we really don't know that how the devil is using us in a different form. Sometimes that we think that it's our desire, but it's not really our desire, because just as a human being, You can just imagine how do you think of having feeling love for a lady like you. So that one I'll talk much about it also in the next video. So yeah, so what happened, I left that school, I came back. Now we moved to Gudele. We moved to Gudele. We were staying there. Fine. So after a couple of another couple of months staying on that side of Gure, it's not Gudele actually, it's in Gure, and it was in there's the area they call it high Khartoum. It's really deep inside from the main roadside. This is where the land of my grandmother was there after him putting the house in what contract. So yeah, I stayed there for a couple of months. This is where now again also his son, now I'm not gonna mention his name, but then his son, just because he used to booze a lot, he used to drink a lot, like 24 hours. I don't know, we had just an argument, so he has to now throw my bag on at night, that I should leave his father's house immediately, at night. That was, I remember it well, it was around 9 p.m. that I should leave his house, and the way he was insulting me, a very really bad insult. I cannot speak it here on this platform, but it was really bad. And for you and for me as a lady, I did not really take it, because this was not the thing that I used to do. So now I was chased again in the middle of the night. I had nowhere to go. So now this is whereby I can say the devil now has entered me completely, because now I have no any option. So this is when I thought of now having what is called a boyfriend, because I thought this is the only way now I can get maybe money to sustain my life. And before even thinking that, there was a guy who used to disturb me since 2008 up to 2012. He used to really disturb me a lot, but he wants me. Then I was like, why don't I give a trial to this guy? Because he was financially okay. So he used to drive, and he used to have a car. So from that time, I went on and date. Actually, not to lie there. Before that one, I was already in relationship with him before me being chased. No, it's good to tell the truth, because this is the reality now. Yeah, I was in a relationship with him earlier, but people home did not know, because this thing I was doing sneaky stuff when I was in Haimayo. That's when I had my relationship with him. My uncle now chased me. I had to now think of him, because he was the only person that he knows what was going on in my life. So I called him. He told me, yeah, you can come home. So indeed, I went home. I slept in his house. Then I told him the full story. So I told him that this is whereby I'm saying sometimes God really helps, or maybe God sometimes can do plan ahead, because he knows what is going to happen. So before that, in around 2008, one of my brother, one of the colleague of my grandmother, days back, they used to my grandmother used to be a teacher in Northern Khartoum. So the guy was also one of the colleagues with her during the time when she was in Khartoum teaching. So the guy called her out of nowhere, told her that, have you heard that they are now another giving land in Gudel, in Agure? Why don't you go and grab for yourself? So that was in 2008. Indeed, I was the one been taking her until we finally succeed. We got the plot. So now when I got chased, this is where I remembered that my grandmother had had a what plot. So then I told my boyfriend, I told him, I don't know if you can help me, just get with some money, let me just go and build anything there. I will stay there, it's better. Then you do something like, you know. Yeah, then he was like, are you sure you'll be able to stay there alone? I was like, I can, because I cannot be staying with you here. It's like I'm now married, yet I'm young still. Like I'm not even ready to marry now. I want to study. Then he was like, it's okay, that's fine. Indeed, he removed 300,000. Sorry, another 300 pound. That's by then. It was around 150 USD. He gave it to me. So yeah, I went on. I went on and you know, asked how much would the one room cost in market. So they brought for me the bill. It was really under that budget, that under the money that he gave me, or under the budget that I had. So the house that I built was not that a very nice house, but it is that kind of a house for those who knows, who have been in Juba, or who have grown up, or who have been in village. Of course, they will know the kind of the house that I'm talking about. It's whereby you just dig a hole, and then you buy a tick, then they fix the tick there, and then from there, then they put around it with the bamboo. Then after that, you put iron sheet with timbers, and then from there you mix with the mud. This way you mix water with soil, become mud, and then they will start throwing it there to make it strong, so it can be now a closed room or a full house. Yeah, this is how they used to do. Some of them, they first put between the bamboo and bamboo, they first put some rocks there or stones, and then this is whereby the mat comes in to be at least strong. So this is kind of the house that I built. That was my first house in 2012. I built there. So yeah, that's how I moved in. And then during that time also, we used to have an issue because that guy really had he really had some complications that I didn't like on him, because he calls me his Lucian girlfriend, but then at the same time he used to treat me like I'm just a child. Like sometimes do things for me like, you know, as I'm his child, yet he knows that we share with whatever things. Yeah, sorry to say it. Yeah, to talk on my next topic, how girls sometimes lose their dignity on a very early age. You know, as we know that, you know, a girl is not supposed to have any kind of contact or maybe sex with a man until she's married officially. So this is where I'll also speak more about it for our young girls to understand and to know even if sometimes how difficult life it is, you don't have to think of selling yourself out or maybe go for a man just because you know that you want to get money out of that. There's a lot of way we do it, and I'm also one of the victims that because due to that I was really forced, and this is where I'm also going to talk about how also some other parents or maybe members of the family or maybe another relatives, how they have to take sometimes often seriously show them love instead of mistreating them, whereby they will have no choice now, and until whereby they will have no choice, and now they will be forced to go in a very wrong way, which is what also I did, whereby I lost my virginity at the age of 15, very young. So I'll talk so much about that in my next topic. Yeah, so that's what happened. It was my first love at the age of 15. Yeah, then yeah, he gave me the money. I came, I built the house. Indeed, it was then I felt like now I have my home, whereby I know that there's no one will come here and then tell me again do this and do this thing. So by the age of 15, I had my own house. Yeah, I was passing by Haisora, and then I met a guy. I will not mention his name also because I don't want to bring problems. But then okay, let me just say his name was Roman. That's how I met him, because he's the most popular guy that most of my family knew it on that on the knew him a lot during that period when I was in a relationship with him. So yeah, this is how I met him in Haisora. I was passing by. So indeed, because actually from the way I look, most of people don't believe that I'm from South Sudan, and there's a lot of people who believe that all South Sudanese, they have dark skin, and so as for me to be in this, a lot of people don't believe that I can be from South Sudan. Some of them think I'm a Kenyan, some of them think I'm a Ugandan, like this. So yeah, so when the guy was approaching me, and then he was really there with his nice car, of course, yeah. Then he stopped by, hello. Then he first thought maybe I was a Ugandan, and then he was like Jabale Konyabo. And then because by that time I didn't know even the words, so like I didn't answer him. And then again he went in Kiswahili. He was like Abari. I was not even saying anything because at that time I didn't even know Kiswahili much. And then but I could remember the words. Then again he went on with what another English, telling me how are you. I didn't reply him. Meanwhile that thing, I was walking. He was also walking slowly with his car, just to make sure I stopped so he can speak to me. But I didn't, as you know, as a girl also, you know, you don't have to be easy. So I was like kind of there's no way I'm just gonna accept it that way. So I kept my head on, and then I was just going. He was also following me, but in my heart like, hey Christine, the guy is handsome and he's also driving a car, you know. And then and also that time I didn't even have money to go even with it up to Gure. Imagine from Haisero to Gure. So I was even I was going to walk from Haisora up to Gure. The people who knows, they know the distance is very far to walk from Haisora to Gure. So you can just see how God sometimes does these things. So this is whereby he sent me this guy, maybe at least drop me, and this is whereby the guy that God has really chose him to be in my life, so I can be safe. Who can really help me to push me in a certain level or in a certain period of my life. And that's why I'm saying God can help in a different way, even if sometimes he really knew that it was not right for us, but because, you know, sometimes there will be no option, because really from my family of my member, my this or another relatives, they really don't have that heart of what and not helping another person's child. That's why I've been with them. I've stayed with them, as I've said in my early videos, that how they were being mistreating me. So they were not that kind of a person that of a member of a family that can help kids. So I think now, because God sometimes see that, you know, there was no any, I don't know, and let me not include God in this, sorry, but maybe say his plans towards me, my life journey. Yeah, so yeah, then the guy, after saying how are you, I didn't reply. Then he went back in Arabic saying Kef, this way. I said tamam. But by that time, if I didn't even know English well, that very well. And up to now, I'm still struggling. If you guys can see, please don't laugh, because English is not my mother tongue, but I'm trying to speak it because I really want my story to reach more and more. Because as we know that the English is the one that has taken all over the world, the language that has been spoken mostly all over the world. So I had to now speak it out. So if I'm telling something there wrong, please don't laugh at me, don't say anything. I was saying it's not my mother tongue, so I'm trying there just to put the message out there, so that I want it to reach a lot of people everywhere across the world, for the people to feel and to people to really understand and to know how this life goes, how we in this life, like, we don't need to rush in anything than just being humbling and have peace in our life. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk on that one so much on it. Yeah, the guy now, when I said tamam, he was like, like to say in English, like, you know. So all along you knew Arabic, and you forced me to speak even the language that I don't even know it. Like kind of a joke was like, what the hell? I was like, yeah, okay, what? Yes, then what? Yeah. So cause the guy really insisted, and I was really also in need of the help to go, since I didn't have money. So yeah, I jumped in, and then we went in there. Indeed, yeah, he dropped me home. He didn't do anything bad with me. he dropped me home and then gave me his number in a paper that I should call him. I went home, then I didn't call him because I also have this kind of rule of like I don't just rush. I take my time first, They were like, yeah. So I didn't call him after until 3 days, because I already had my issue. My things were a lot of me of how I need to manage to build that house of mine so I can finish it. So I can just go and shift and to go and shift and have my life now alone now as independent young lady. So indeed, after 3 days I called him, just say hi, and then he told me hi. Then it was like, finally, I thought you're not gonna call me back. I was like, I was just been busy building my house. I was like, building a house? I was like, yeah. Then he was like, when are you free? Can you take me? Let me take you for a dinner. I was like, okay, maybe over weekends. And then indeed, I remember we went for the first day for the first date on with him. And then he really showed up that he really showed up that he likes me, and I felt that his approach towards me, it was really healthy, and there was no any aim towards it. The person really liked me for who I am. And then he asked me that I really want to date you, and I was like, okay. Yeah. Then from there, I also gave him a chance, yes, to I didn't actually accept at the first. I told him, let me think about it. As you know, we guys always do. Even if you like the person, was like, let me just go and think about it first. You're in there, you just can't wait to be with the person. That'll have a lot of the issues. So, yeah, we had our date, and we had dinner and all these things. He dropped me home safely on that day. And then this is whereby I told him that I'm no longer staying there, because I didn't want him to know that I'm also I moved to my first boyfriend's house. So I told him, just drop me somewhere here in Gudele for him to think that I'm still home. Then there's a time where I think my friend went off. Then he went up to home to look for me. My friend was off for 2 days, so he went up to the home Gudele there to look for me. And then they told him that I've moved. I'm not staying here any longer. So indeed he got worried, and then he asked those people to drop him where I'm living now. Because after that 2 days, I've already managed to finish the house. I moved in on it already with it. And then from there, when my grandmother knew that I've moved already now, she was like, there's no way she's going to leave me. She's going to leave me alone like that, and yet I'm just a young girl I'm just a young girl, 15 years, to go and stay alone in that jungle. Because by that time the Gure was not really developed during that between 2012 there up to 15. It was still like, you can see the houses are very far from one another. So but good enough where I was building, there was some neighbors nearby me also. So yeah, she said that she cannot leave me, she has to move with me. Yeah, indeed it happens. She moved with me. We are staying now too with her. And then now also it was quite confusing quite hard for me, because remember I was also studying. I was in senior 1 by that time. So now taking care of Abuba and me, and then who will see her because she's blind. She lost her sight, as I said in earlier video, in 2009. So so it was very hard for me now. So I even dropped school because I had to think of who's going to stay with her. Then the idea came to my mind that I had to call for my auntie, which is her daughter also. She has mental problem. I've mentioned also earlier in my earlier video. So I told, at least for her, she's doing nothing, she can come and stay with her mom at least. So yeah, I went and spoke to her. She really understood me, and she accepted that it's okay. I can do that. I will move with you guys. So yeah, indeed, she moved with me. Now we are 3. Yeah, and then when the guy was looking for me, they went and showed him my house. Then he came and find that I was really there. And then they're like, what happened? Because why are you here? Then I was like, he even find me. There's a way when you finish the building first, you have to smear it. You call it smearing or what, for it to be smooth, because those guys, their work is only just to another after digging the hole and the bamboo and the ash and everything, and then just dropping the mats all over it, they will not make it like smooth. So on that house, because I didn't have the money to buy cement, other people, they use cement so that it looks like it's a concrete house. Because I didn't have the money, I had to use my hand. So he find me when I was smoothing the house with my bare hands, using a very soft mat. We use it with water and then to be soft so that it looks nice. So he find me while I'm working actually on my house, and I was like, hey, what happened? Why are you doing this work? It's supposed to be a man has to do it. I told him that no, I like to do it. I used to do it since I was very young. I know how to do it. I'm also good at it. And he told me that no. So he came with one of his friend. He was younger a bit. His name was Baraka. So he told Baraka to finish that work for me, to at least to carry for me the soil. The soil, at least, instead of me carrying it with a wheelbarrow to bring. So indeed he felt bad for me after telling him the story that I got chased, but I did not inform him because I didn't want to disturb him and all that things. So yeah, he went on feeling bad for me, and then told me that it's okay. I'm here for you. I'm going to stand by your side. You don't need to worry. Don't think that you're alone in this. I will really support you on this. Yeah, and then it happened. The guy really was the guy was real. He really acted according to his word. Like, he really implemented by fulfilling all the needs that I wanted him, because I was not working by that time. But to see also that God, when things happen, and he knew that we are really in this one trouble, because I was really crying, like, why is it this all happening on me? So whenever I feel sad, or I feel like why is this thing on me, the only people that I remember sometimes is my mom and my dad, because financially they were very okay. They were very close. Sometimes even I cry, like, why God has, what do you have to take my mother in a very early age, so I have to suffer all these things? So I think, meanwhile, crying all those things, so God helped. So immediately from that day, after just a week after I've been chased, I also received a call from one of the guys who was also crushing on me. His name was Chris, and then his name is Chris and Christine. So I was like, okay. So he was also crushing on me, but then I didn't accept him yet. He told me, he just called me out of nowhere and then told me that can you handle a cashier at salon? I was like, yeah, why not that? Can you read and write? I was like, yeah, I can read and write. Then he was like, do you know you can do calculation also? You're good at mathematics. I was like, yeah, I can do. He was like, okay, then yeah, I want you to come and be a cashier there. I'll pay you 500 SSP. 500 SSP. By that time, it was really a lot of huge money. During that time, 2012, it was around $200. Imagine, out of nowhere, the guy said he's going to pay me $200, just a mere cashier, and that was just my work there. So I was being paid $200. So it's like, I was like, wow, God really saved me on that. So yeah, $200 you can buy a sack of sugar, salt, milk, and rice and oil. This thing it can at least buy for you. So this way I got relief, and then I also prayed. I said, thank God for your blessing towards me. Indeed, you don't leave the orphanage.